The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting groups. If you'd like to produce a show, call us at 260-421-1250.
Merry Christmas! This is Patty Hunter of Patty's Page. Welcome! We're going to have a whole slew of guests and Skype guests as well. So, Merry Christmas. We're going to have a great hour. So, enjoy. Catch you later in a moment. Good morning. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
So, how are you spending your Christmas this year?
Probably just with family.
We have one of your songs, your videos, music videos. What's it called?
No Room in the Inn.
No Room in the Inn?
No Room in the Inn.
Yeah, oh, that sounds great. Well, we're going to be playing that in about a couple seconds here, but I just wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas, Kathy Shortt.
Thank you. Merry Christmas to you, too.
And to your family. I hope you go visiting. I hope it's good weather at during Christmas time. And do you have snow right now?
No, we did have a little bit of snow on Monday, I think. Just a little bit. But it's starting to get cold. The leaves are all pretty much off the trees. So winter's coming.
Are you going to go out traveling at Christmas?
Probably not. Just stay home.
Who's doing all the cooking?
Well, we all take turns now. We all make a dish, and we all kind of just go to one spot now.
So what kind
of nice.
What kind of food are you going to be having then? Ham, turkey, what?
Yeah, turkey and dressing and pumpkin pie and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, I'm coming to your place.
Well, you can.
It's so great.
Yeah, then we get the guitars out and play some music or whatever. Do that kind of thing.
Do you play guitar?
Yeah. Usually that's how I write my songs, on the guitar. That particular song, No Room in the Inn, War Vandal, that was his music that he sent, and I just wrote the lyrics and sang on it, and he did the producing of it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song.
Yeah, it's very dramatic.
How long did you take to make it? I mean, to write it?
It did come pretty quickly. I already had a poem made like that, so then, so I just sang it, and he's the one that did probably the most work on it.
Yeah.
And he's from the UK.
He's from England. Oh, my goodness. Have you met him personally?
No, I haven't met. Actually, I've never met any of the collaborators that I've worked with personally, which is kind of sad in a way, but I guess it's nice to have this technology that you can, do this.
Well, I hope you have a great Christmas, Boxing Day.
Yeah, well, that's one thing I never do is go out. I'm not much of a shopper, so I never head out to Boxing Day.
Well, thank you for phoning in.
Well, thanks for having me, and you have a great Christmas, and enjoy your family and all that stuff, and I'll talk to you soon.
Today we have Vandal on Skype, no less, and he's going to be talking about Christmas and himself, and we'll go right at it right now. Hello, Ward.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Where are you?
I'm sitting in my sitting room in England.
Right.
Yeah, getting dark now. So it's getting late over here. I'm going to turn this sound off now. I've got something coming through on another computer. Yeah, it's getting dark here now.
So what time is it then?
It's just gone 4, so it's going to start going dark now.
Well, it's about 11 here in Fort Wayne, so it's a 5-hour difference, you know.
Yeah, I'm used to it. It's okay. All the people I work with around the world, there's all these different time differences.
So,
some of them are just an hour, but yeah, over the States, a lot of it's 5 hours. Like when I work with Kathy, it's 5 hours, so you get used to it.
so are you a singer or a musician?
I'm more of a musician, really. And I'm not really that much of a musician, to be fair. Somehow I get away with it. I'm a busker.
Are you a busker?
I get away with it, yeah.
So, how old were you when you got interested in music?
Oh, well, from cradle, really. I was in the cradle when it was the 60s, so...
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so it's the Beatles and the Stones and the King, and, you know, it was all great stuff. So, you know, it's been there all my life, really.
So, who was the one that influenced you the most in music?
Well, I'd say younger days, definitely the Beatles.
The Beatles.
Yeah, because they're so diverse, and there's so many different styles of music. You know, and I love their harmony, the melodies, and the lyrics, and you know, there's a positive vibe from the Beatles. You know. So.
How did you meet Kathy Shortt? She's a friend of mine.
Yeah, she's a friend of everybody's, Kathy. Through families. Yeah, I don't know if she came to my page or I went to hers. You know, and we comment on each other's songs and we like each other's music. And then you start working together if you're lucky.
How long?
Because you did.
Well, how long ago did you start working with her?
At least a couple of years ago now, I think. But she works with so many other people as well. So, you know, we did a few years ago. We're taking it a little more seriously now and working together a lot more now. This year, really, we started working more and more together.
Do you have a Christmas one out with her?
Not this year, we've got a new one. Maybe we will, but I think we have one we did last year.
No Room at the Inn.
That was an instrumental I made last year, and I sat on it for a while. I wasn't sure, because it's a bit off the wall that one, if it was music or not. So in the end, often I post stuff I send stuff to Kathy and say, if you want to do something with that, do something. And she came back within a few hours or months. She had a poem. I had the title as well. It was going to be like a Christmas thing. I had a video with images of Jesus and stuff. You know. So I knew that was going to be the title. And Kathy had this poem that suited it perfectly. So she sang on it and sent it back, and we included the line there at the end. And we made a new video and posted it last year. Yeah, I'm quite proud of that one.
You know, we're going to be playing that towards the end of this episode here.
Thanks, it's very kind, good. It's
Yeah.
not the usual Christmas song, is it? It hasn't all the sleigh bells on. It's not a Father Christmas song.
It is.
It's this, you know, it's about
How will you?
Jesus.
How will you be spending Christmas then?
Probably quiet at home with family. Maybe friends will pop in, you know, and the usual thing, get up and there'll be presents under the tree and all that stuff, and we'll have a lovely dinner. And then I'll probably fall asleep after a big dinner.
I hope you don't get any coal.
Well, who knows this year? I've been the best boys, though. Is what I get. As long as they get a nice meal, you know, and a little glass of wine or something.
Eggnog?
Huh?
Do you have eggnog there?
No, I think my nan used to drink that.
Right.
It's apricot.
Apricot, huh?
Yeah,
Do you have Yule logs?
Yeah, I had it when I was a child. When we were little, you know, the grannies would drink that. I don't drink that. I drink, wine probably at Christmas.
Right.
Or a little, maybe a little whiskey.
Whiskey? I'm coming over.
Little whiskey, yeah.
You have
That's what
you.
we leave out for Father Christmas when she was little. You leave out a little drink for him and some food for the reindeers, a little mince pie for Father Christmas. So we've got a chimney here, so he comes down the chimney, leaves all the presents.
Yeah. Well, you know, it is good that we have met you. This will be part of our Christmas special that I'm doing for my TV audience around the world, as well as here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. So,
well, I'd like to say Happy Christmas to everybody then, and a peaceful New Year.
Peace be with you, and may you get a lot of presents.
And you.
Oh,
I've got my present. My present is working with Kathy. It's just such good fun.
Oh, she's
good.
She's so lovely. I love her as her sister, you know.
Yeah, and everyone loves Kathy. She's such a wonderful person, I know.
Our souls are rising. Can't you see? This world is going to hell. You mustn't die. Stand by your beliefs. Keep your pride. Heaven's up high, hell's down low. Which would you prefer to go? Heaven's up high, hell's down low. Which would you prefer to go? No rooms in the inn.
Hi, everybody. We got some guests with us today. Guess who they are? Ha! Anyways, this is Jane Dickmeyer.
Hi.
And this is Jane Dickmeyer.
Hi.
And beside her is Terry Doran.
Happy Christmas, Patty.
Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Yeah. Anyways.
Well, Terry, it's time for a gift. And Patty's going to give you the gift.
Oh my goodness.
This is from Jane and John Dickmeyer.
That is what it says on the tag.
It's got a question mark.
Got a question mark?
That means what's in it is questionable.
Oh.
He's gonna have
open it.
Yeah, sure.
Happy Merry Christmas. Happy Merry
What's
Christmas.
in it is questionable. Well, we'll find out.
Yeah, it could be. You never know what you'll find in a present.
Oh wow! Look at this.
What do you think you have?
Well, this is a tablet case. Oh my gosh, John.
Are they
And
all
Jane.
glued together?
Well, I had to keep them together, you know.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you. Oh my
Need
gosh, it's a tablet.
Turn the tablet around.
You have to take it with water?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's the tablet.
Yeah? And what's
which
that
I
then?
do not have, as John knows. He tried to fix the one I have, which was unfixable.
What's that?
And there's a case for it. Thank
Oh.
you.
Thank
Well,
you.
you're welcome, and a Merry Christmas
Oh, wow.
and Happy New Year to all.
Well, thank you. You've made my Christmas happy.
So how are you
Wow,
going to be
that's
celebrating?
great.
How will you be celebrating your Christmas over here? Or where?
I don't know how I will celebrate my Christmas. Maybe I'll go to Bisbee, Arizona and visit my brother finally,
Which one?
Jan.
Jan? That'd be great.
They go every year, and he wants me to come at Christmas or December anyway.
So,
So we'll see anyway.
I hope you got to see them. It's good. Did they come through?
Yes, they did.
That's good. So Jane and John.
I feel bad I didn't bring any presents.
Oh, it's all right.
I'll get something.
That's all right. I haven't done any Christmas buying either yet.
Christmas show, I should have thought Christmas. But anyway, thank you. I love it.
We can point to some good car dealerships if you want to go shopping.
Uh-oh.
So John and Jane, how will you be spending your Christmas?
Oh, we'll probably be in Peoria, Illinois. You know, when you have a 100-year-old mother-in-law or 100-year-old mother, that's kind of what you do.
Who else going there? Everybody?
If it's like it has been every other year, everybody will show up.
100 and living by herself and doing well.
She doesn't have anyone taking care of her, or
No.
No?
She lives in the house all by herself.
Oh my
That
goodness!
is simply amazing. Still playing golf.
Yes. She plays golf.
You know, Terry, the thing about my mother-in-law is that a few years ago she slowed down a bit. Now they're making her ride the golf cart instead of walking the course.
Up until 2 years ago, she was walking a golf course,
Yes.
dragging the clubs around.
And
Probably
they-
in a little cart, but still.
They made a big thing of it in the Peoria Journal-Star of the fact that she was golfing and still walking the course.
Well, just golfing alone. I mean, even in a cart.
Oh,
There are
boy.
lots of people who use carts that are half her age, way under her age. That's amazing.
And she
Amazing.
does not golf her age.
I mean, who else 100 years old even goes on a golf course?
Well, you know, the interesting thing here is that this summer we went to Peoria for her 100th anniversary, the birthday
that.
celebration. We had a bunch of people on a Saturday night at a restaurant. What is it, Fairview Farms in Farmington, Illinois. And then the next day we had a reception at the church in the afternoon, and people just kept coming and coming and
Wow.
coming. Now the exciting thing is, and all of you need to know, that a 100-year-old person can be an asset to your church or your community group, because we asked that people not bring her gifts, and we had a number of places that were offered as memorial places. Really interesting. she got a whole lot of money. And who'd she get the money for, Jane?
For the grade school sports program. I think it's going toward their new gym.
So people gave her money for her birthday and she donated it to the school.
The other thing that happened is that she was on a Schmucker's jar on the Today Show. They do that towards the end of the show, and they mentioned something else that my mother-in-law does. I'll bet you, Terry, that my mother-in-law did something that you would never do. Are you ready for me?
I'm ready.
We went down to Branson, Missouri, and when was that? That was, what, about 3 years ago?
That was about 4 years ago.
Okay, 4 years ago. And family asked her what she wanted to do. You know, what's one thing you want to do down in Branson?
Party.
Oh yeah, we went out to eat a whole lot of times, and we went to shows and so forth. But she said she wanted to go zip lining.
Oh.
And she went zip lining.
Explain zip.
Because her friend went zip lining. She wanted
Wow.
to do it also.
And she was upper 90s and goes zip lining.
Her friend was 70.
Do you want the other thing that she did? I have a daughter in Germany, and when she married her husband Tobias, I told my mother-in-law that I would pay her way to Germany. And we did. We paid for the flight over and back. But she had a problem. And what was the problem, Jane? Do you remember?
No. I didn't think she had any problems.
Her problem was getting her passport.
Before she went there.
Yes. She was born in 1917, so that makes her 100 years old.
Yeah.
But what happened was she didn't have a birth certificate because she was born at home. So normally the passport people will ask for proof that you were born, and a baptismal certificate will work. However, her baptismal certificate was in German because the church she attended was a German-speaking church. So she was given a choice by the people at the passport office. Either you get someone to professionally translate this baptismal certificate, or you find someone who was alive in 1917 who could verify that you were born.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, come on. Which one did she choose?
The German translation.
Think again, Patty.
Oh, my goodness. The people...
She contacted her sister in Minneapolis, Minnesota, who was 102.
Jeez.
And her sister signed an affidavit that she was born. I don't think we have anything more to
I think
to
Jane's going to live a
say
long life.
about.
Oh my, her sister's 102 at that time, so is her sister still here?
No.
How long did she live?
She lived to be 102.
Oh.
She died later on that year.
We should be having some more guests coming in soon. So we'll see you in a moment and we'll commence with them. Our next guest is Ken Noland, and he's going to be playing the flute for us. So Ken, over to you.
Merry Christmas to y'all.
So, what are you going to play?
I'm going to play a flute. And we just kind of, hadn't worked on any Christmas songs I was going to learn this year.
Hold on.
So we'll go with some stuff I've been working on lately. Thank you.
Done. What was that about? That flute music?
It's one of the songs I'm working on for the CD that I want to start the next couple of weeks. Hopefully we'll have it ready to come out first of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So we shall see. My cousin made this for me. I told him, I said, I want something that can I can make people cry. And he made this. It's just kind of a soothes you out, makes you think. And we'll see if we can what we can do here. There we go.
That's more better. Thank you. Thank you.
Excellent.
Excellent. And guess what? We have a Christmas present for you.
Wow! Brian Williams.
And these two for your tree, if you have tree. One of it is like a bell, and the other one's like a wreath. So,
Cool.
yeah. So, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. And Merry Christmas to you.
Yay.
And to one and to all. A happy good night and New Year.
Aha. So, you got grandkids, do you now?
We do.
Yes, we do. We have 2 grandchildren.
Where are they?
They live in Emden, Germany.
How old are they?
Annika is 3 and Emil is 1. And they are an active bunch of kids.
You know, there's a difference when Annika was young, about Emil's age, she was into everything. Opened up the drawers, dumped out stuff, all of that. But it's different when you have a second child. When you have the second child, then the first one kind of takes care of the second, and they feed off each other. Now that doesn't mean they can't get into trouble. They can get into trouble, but it's a little easier on the parents because one entertains the other.
Yeah.
Their mother, Elizabeth, is very much into activities for them.
Oh, yeah.
And so Annika has a group that she goes to where they sing songs and they have activities. And she's getting Emil into other groups too, even at age 1.
Wow. What are they doing for Christmas?
I suppose they're doing what German folks do at Christmas, and one of them is, one of the things is to go over to their grandparents, and their grandparents...
Oh, the other set of grandparents.
Oh, yes. Their other grandparents aren't that far away.
Oh, yeah.
Several miles away. It's an easy trip, and they'll go over there and do a lot of things there.
Do they have these little windmill things that you put candles underneath them and they whirl around? They got little whirlers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we had one of those on a Patty's Page show.
Wow.
Don't you remember?
I do indeed. That was a while ago.
It was in 2014.
Oh my goodness, has it been 3 years?
It's been a whole lot of time.
It's a long time.
A whole lot of water has passed
time ago.
under the bridge, so to speak. But Christmas in Germany is a little bit different because you have the Christmas markets in the public square ahead of time, and you can buy small gifts that way.
We're going to go on to the next guest very soon, so we'll see you in about a moment. How about that? Hey, this is Patty Hunter. We're back, and this is Paul Brandt, a buddy of mine. He is a producer at Access Fort Wayne as well as a camera person. And Paul, what do you normally do for Christmas?
What do I normally do for Christmas?
Well, be nice.
I normally get together with my family, my mom and a couple of my brothers. And
how many you got? Brothers?
I've got 2 brothers and a sister.
So,
my sister and her husband, and me and my other brother are not. Neither one of us are married. He's never been married.
But you have?
Yes.
Yeah. You got kids? Are they going to come?
Possibly my one daughter.
Oh.
And her son.
And her son. Oh, your grandson?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Devin.
So what are you going to do this year?
Probably about the same. We'll just have a get together over at the house.
Who's doing all the cooking?
I'm living with my mother.
Yeah?
She doesn't do a lot of cooking anymore. She kind of buys luncheon meats and that kind of stuff. And maybe a vegetable platter. We probably have some pumpkin pie and maybe some fruit pies to go along with it.
Fruit pies, eh? So how many gather at your place? Really? But 10, 2, 4?
Normally just about 4 or 5 of us.
4 or 5? And they bring food?
No. No, my mom, like I said, she serves luncheon meats and
okay.
pies and maybe some cookies and
do you stay overnight?
a few things
do
like
your
that.
Family stay overnight, like Christmas
No.
Eve? They just come?
No, they all live here in town.
Oh, so they come over
So
on Christmas Day?
They just visit.
Yeah. And, wow. Do you give each other presents? Exchange presents? Or?
Not as much as we used to.
Yeah. Money?
Devin gets some things.
Oh, that's good.
Grandson. I have 2 other children that are, one lives in Michigan, and she's remarried. Her husband and her 2 boys live in Arizona.
Oh. Yeah.
And my son
lives
lives in Arizona also. He lives in Phoenix. And my daughter's husband and the 2 boys live in Oklahoma.
They're all scattered all over the place.
Yes, they're all over the place, out west. My youngest brother lives in Bloomington, and he used to come up every year, but the last few years he hasn't made it up here.
Yeah.
He calls all the time, though.
Yeah.
But anyhow, that's what we mainly have. The second oldest brother, he comes over. He's never been married. So actually, my 2 brothers have never been married, and we always bring him over to the house. He lives in a group home.
Oh. Well, this is what we're going to be doing for Christmas. I'm going to be having Christmas here with my husband here in Fort Wayne. We're all in Fort Wayne here. And we're exchanging gifts with my sisters up north in Canada, and that's great too. I miss them. I haven't seen them for a dog's age, but Merry Christmas to my sisters Colleen and Jerry, and to my brother Steve and his wife Lorraine. So, catch you later with our next guest. Thank you. Thank you, Paul. Merry Christmas.
You too. Merry Christmas to you.
You sent us a video of All Holy Night.
Oh, yes, sorry, I'm forgetting. I did All Holy Night. That's right, I had that long white dress that my dressmaker from Beverly Hills made for me. He's working on a new gown, actually, a red one, he said. So, yes, All Holy Night, we were freezing to death in this church in Toronto. And I would remember holding a coffee cup to try and keep warm.
I saw your
It's such a
breath.
difficult piece.
I could see your breath in the...
Yeah, could you? With the candles. Yeah, they'd forgotten to turn on the heating in the church.
The stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born, oh, night divine, oh, night divine, oh, night Noche de paz, noche de amor, noche de nuestro Señor.
Christmas was very special when I was a kid. You know, in England, we as a family, but these days my family's a bit split up. So I spent a few Christmases by myself, but always very happy writing music. Last Christmas, I think I spent alone, but I was in Palm Beach in the Breakers Hotel. I was finishing writing my book. And of course, I Skyped my family and wished everybody Merry Christmas. And then I've had some Christmases in exotic places in the world.
Oh.
I was married, I was on cruise ships sometimes, and I played on some of the cruise ships. And I'm not quite sure what I'm doing this Christmas, but I'll probably be in the U.S. and enjoying it.
Do you ever come to Fort Wayne then?
Usually I don't hear my own records, but I know a lot of people will be opening up and getting the Winter Fantasy album and enjoying my other albums that many people tell me they grew up listening to, so that's really nice to hear. And I have a little Christmas tree, actually, that I planted in the garden, in my garden in Palm Beach, and every year it gets bigger. It survives all the hurricanes and the tropical storms. It always looks a bit the worse for wear, but then I water it and it comes back to life. I hope it's okay after that last hurricane.
Oh my goodness.
I lived in California for quite a long time. Then I lived in Connecticut. And I wrote a song that's on the Winter Fantasy album called Alone on Christmas Day, because I spent one whole Christmas, I was alone with the snow falling. It was quite romantic. I wrote a song that day. And then remembering that scene. I wrote this song because a lot of people are alone on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
People that have lost their families, or I chose to be alone. I could have gone somewhere. But I just had a very peaceful, serene Christmas Day by myself.
Would you ever come to Fort Wayne, Indiana then?
Right?
Would you ever come to Fort Wayne, Indiana then?
Oh, I have been there in the past, but I haven't been to Fort Wayne in a long time. I used to play
Embassy?
Kokomo and is it South Bend. I played quite a bit in India. Logansport, yeah. And of course, Indianapolis. And when I toured with Gordon Lightfoot, we played somewhere.
Right.
Some big theater, outdoor place there. Yeah.
Well, we would love to have you here.
Oh, thank you so much. I know I have a big following in the U.S. and people can follow me through Twitter and through Facebook. And it's a shame that these days I seem to be doing more touring in Canada, but I know that people have loved my music in the U.S. and I get played quite often on PBS and on some of the radio stations. So thank you.
Thank
Hi,
you.
my American fans.
Thank you so much for being on my show, Liona Boyd. You have been you're a blessing, and we are so proud of you, us Canadians, no matter where we are.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays.
Okay.
How are you today?
Oh, we're doing fine. We're doing fine. We just wanted to spend a couple minutes with you to wish my audience Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
I certainly want to do that, and Happy Thanksgiving as well. Love all the work you're doing, Patty. It's marvelous. And because it was you, I said, let me kind of take a moment and get this done. So we're just right in the middle. It's that time of year where you have so many things to get ready for, to close out, to get ready for the new year. But let me say this. Can I say this to your viewers and your listeners? Can they hear me?
Yep.
We're in a very important season. And our president, Donald John Trump, when he was elected, before he was elected, he said, we'll say Merry Christmas again. And I'll be very honest with you. Everywhere I go, Patty, I meet people and everybody's already saying, Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving, Happy New Year. Everybody's saying it in the stores, in the business places. So that is true. That's just one of the many promises that President Trump made that he is keeping. But I want to say, especially we know what happened in Texas and Las Vegas and all around the country and all around the world, with people who are in the military, with people who are victims of terrorism, natural storms and disasters, all of this. Many of us will have loved ones who won't physically be with us. But it is our prayer that those who went on before us went to heaven.
Yeah.
And we're going to pray for everyone who's still here, that be our goal, to love each other, to forgive each other. And if there's someone who's lost a loved one and needs an extra hug, be there and be ready to give that extra hug. It won't be so much about how big your turkey is or what turkey you can buy or what present you can buy, although you should do that. God is gracious. But to give love, give support, give forgiveness. And as we share that throughout this season, for sick people, the old people, the poor people, anybody who needs help and who needs a touch from God, that is available for all of us. So, Patty, I'm so grateful to greet you and your viewers and your listeners, your precious husband who supports you as your executive producer. I think you're doing a wonderful job, and I'm glad to say hello.
Oh, gee, you're an angel. We love you, you know.
Love you too, but I can't hang with you today, but I love you really much, okay?
God bless. And we'll talk again, my dear.
Well, how does a family with one of the richest cultural heritages in America spend the holidays? Surrounded by lots of love, fellowship, and food, food, food. Sorry, Pat. Take a look.
Alveda King is the niece of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the daughter of Reverend A.D. King. Alveda's family carries on the holiday traditions of her grandparents, Reverend Martin Luther King Sr. and Alberta Williams. The Williams King family celebrates by singing around the piano, posing for caricature drawings of the family, and of course, eating food, food, and more food. Most importantly, it all centers around the gift of Jesus Christ.
Amen and amen.
Amen.
Today, Alveda will share her family's delicious holiday recipes that bring laughter, love, and joy to their holiday table.
Well, please welcome to our kitchen our dear friend, Dr. Alveda King. It's wonderful to have you with us.
Hi, Terry, and hello, everybody. Hi.
Love your stories about how your family celebrates. When the King Williams family gets together to celebrate, how many generations are we talking about?
We've been celebrating together for 7 generations.
Wow.
And I can go back to the 1960s, and we would be at somebody's house and fellowshipping, singing, having holiday food, and prayer. A lot of prayer.
Well, I want to get to the prayer part, but let's talk about the tradition. You have an unusual tradition to me, and it's the caricature drawing. How did that start?
Well, we met a caricature artist many, many years ago, and through our family celebrations now, Tony Smith, he's award-winning, but he will come to our celebrations and do family caricatures.
How fun. That is wonderful. And you mentioned prayer, and you know, when I think of your family, I think of a family of prayer, and prayer has really sustained you through some difficult things over the years. What's prayer like for your family at the holiday?
Absolutely. The family who prays together stays together.
Amen.
And even when there are differences, you can't be angry with anybody real long if you pray with them. It's impossible. So we found that out, and we pray together, and we love each other.
A big part of the holiday for a lot of families is sharing a wonderful meal.
Yes.
And you're going to share with us something amazing today. I mean, I wish you could stand here with me and just smell this. We have a completed one here, but this is I want to mention the name of it. It's Bugs and Jen's Holiday Spiral Flambe Ham. Now, where did that come from?
Well, the flambe came when they told me they were using a blowtorch. And I'm saying, really? Really? So the holiday festive ham with the super ingredients, the cloves and the spices and the turmeric and the sugars and all of that. But then we add to it the flambe with the blowtorch, and it's a lot of fun.
So here the ham's been cooked, and then you press the outside of it.
It's a rub. It's a spicy rub. It's sweet and spicy together. It even has a little dash, and don't worry about a dash or a pinch. That just means to taste. Yeah. And it has a tiny pinch of cayenne pepper in it as well. And so once we put all of those together, the nutmeg, the cinnamon, and then, let's see now, this is a little different from my torch at home. Watch your eyebrows. Watch your eyebrows. Okay. Okay, let's click it one more time.
Oh, I hear it.
There it is. Okay. Now, this is the thing, though. You want to do circular motions, because as you do it in circular motions, and you've already pressed this rub, the sugars and all the spices and the rubs, you see it begin to melt?
Yes.
And it'll melt down into the pan, and you really want to cover your pan with foil and your countertop, because this, you know, it turns into toffee. And so if you leave it long enough, you'll have some toffee. It'll taste a little bit like ham, but it's still toffee-ish. Oops, see, I stayed there too long. So you have to move.
You keep circling.
Circular motions.
But you can kind of see when it gets that caramelized point, can't
you? It begins to do that. Now you see it's flaming there just a touch.
Beautiful.
I said, you know, I asked the makeup folks, I said, if I burn my eyebrows off, would you come and put some more on?
Hey, they're great at that.
Okay,
Can I just tell you? They do
But
mine
there you
every
go.
morning.
See, right there, and if you look in there, it's beginning.
Yes.
And
it gets shiny.
Oh, you smell
like
that? You smell it? Oh,
I
boy.
do.
Mm-hmm. So you do that. It takes about 20 minutes. And once you get that done.
And this is over the finished cooked ham.
Yeah.
So let me show you what it looks like when it's really done.
Okay.
Look at this. This is gorgeous. And I got a little piece here that I can...
You see the cloves in there? You stick your cloves in.
Oh, my goodness sake.
Okay, okay. And really, the great thing about it, the next morning with your scrambled eggs or whatever, have ham. The next day, have a ham sandwich. And so it takes you through the whole holiday. Yeah.
I'm coming to your house, girl.
Come right on over. Come on.
Wow, this is... So now you've got a beautiful ham. Of course, this is presented beautifully as well. What else do you eat with this?
Well, any salad that you like. And sometimes we have people who are sensitive to tomatoes, so we use the strawberries, and you can see them there, and your nuts and your cheeses and your vinaigrette. And it's very easy. You can get your olive oil, your lemon, and your seasonings of your choice, Italian or whatever, and then you just drizzle that over there. And then, isn't it pretty? You see the colors of that. And then the gluten-free stuffing.
Huh.
Because some people don't like gluten, so make your gluten-free cornbread. And then you add your sage, your cranberries. We put the cranberries in there, fresh rosemary off of my deck, because we grow all the herbs, and so you've got the gluten-free cornbread. Yeah.
Why not?
When I have time. So, and a favorite that smells good in the house. Garlicky green beans.
Ooh.
But it's the garlic that does it. You get your oil hot, you saute those, and then you use fresh garlic in there, and then a Himalayan pink sea salt in there, and it just makes a delightful dish.
You know what you're doing, I can tell.
It's fun. It's fun. And then
it's also beautiful.
Well, and the colors. You see the colors, red and green? And then Sister Bennett. She's a preacher's wife, good friend of the family, and she taught me how to make sorrel. And it's hibiscus leaf that comes out of Trinidad or the Caribbean islands.
Is it bitter?
But it's not, well, we add a little cane sugar, but not much. And so what you do, some people say a little wine is good for the digestion. And some people say don't drink any wine. So we make the sorrel, it's the same color as wine, it's very festive and bubbly, and people enjoy it.
It's beautiful. And you're continuing again all the festive colors of Christmas in what you're doing here. You know, what I love about this season is family traditions, and you can see that there are many of them in the King Williams family. All the recipes that you see here, don't panic if you weren't able to write down everything that Alveda said quickly, because it's all available at cbn.com. And you can see more of the King Williams family traditions in their Home for the Holidays video. If you'd like to do that, just go to cbn.com for more information. Merry Christmas, my friend. Thank you. The Lord bless you. God bless you too.
You know, our next guest is going to be very special. He's going to do a special poem for us. His name is Terry Doran, and he's going to recite "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." And that's going to be really great. So hang in there, and it's going to be right with you right in a sec.
'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, except for a mouse. Tiny stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of yummy treats danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap were just settling down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and yanked up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below. When what to my wondering eyes did appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, O come, O comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away all. And as dry leaves that before the hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed like a woodsman from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and I shivered with joy when he opened his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry, his droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. He had a broad face and a round little belly, that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but quick as a wink, filled all of the stockings that then turned with a blink. As soon as his work, leaving presents, was through, he nodded farewell. Up the chimney he flew. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all sped like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." Thank you. It was The Night Before Christmas by Clement C. Moore.
Hello. Hello.
Godspeed, my love, until we meet again. You're always in my heart and every dream. Don't let this time apart give in to all our fears. God will keep us close from up above. So until we meet again, Godspeed, my